Hello students, let's read the problem. And it says, what is the equation of the line that is parallel to the line 4x minus 2y equals 6 and has an x-intercept of -3? Okay, so what are we looking for? Well, we're looking for an equation of this line. And what do we know about this line? Well, we know that it's parallel to this other line. Is that right? And not only that, but it also has an x-intercept of -3. So we're talking about two lines over here, right? So the first line that we're talking about is 4x minus 2y equals 6. That's the first line, okay? So if I want to know what is the slope for this one, the best thing that we can do right now is actually leave y by itself because I need to graph it, okay? And if they didn't ask me to graph it, then I could use that a little formula for standard form, but they want for us to graph it, so the best thing to do is leave y by itself. Therefore, we're gonna remove or subtract 4x's on both sides because remember, you wanna leave y by itself. 4x minus 4x cancels out, and I got -2y equals -4x plus 6. Since I want to leave y by itself, I need to divide by -2. Now, notice how when I divide by -2, each term on the right actually gets divided by -2. And -2 divided by -2 is a +1, which is y equals -4 divided by -2 is actually a +2. And 6 divided by a -2, it's a -3. Therefore, we write -3. Are we good? Okay. We can graph it if you want to. We can go ahead and graph it. This is the y-intercept. And this is my slope. Very good. Okay. So the slope is 2 over 1. It's a positive, so you go 2 up and 1 to the right. Okay. So let's start with the -3, which is my y-intercept. So this is my y-intercept. And I'm going to go ahead and go 2 up and 1 to the right. So I'm going to do 2 up and 1 to the right. 2 up, 1 to the right. And you can continue like that. Notice how on the last ones I didn't bother to write down the loops, but it's the same thing, right? So I'm going to go 2 down. Now I'm going to do the opposite. The opposite of going up, it's 2 down. And instead of going to the right, you go to the left so that you can follow the pattern that is already here. Look. You see that? Okay, so I'm going to go 2 down again and 1 to the left, 2 down and 1 to the left. And I'm going to stop right there. So this one is my y equals 2x minus 3. Okay, so what do I know about the second line? Well, the second line I know is parallel to that one. So if it's parallel to that, well, guess what? Then it needs to run like that. Is that correct? Okay, very good. I don't know which one is it going to be, but I know it needs to look like that, right? I was just showing you so you can see what is it that we're looking for. Now, what do I know about this second line? Well, it says that it has an x-intercept of -3. Now, remember, if the x-intercept is -3, that means that you're going to go to the x and you need to find me the -3. Okay, and -3 will be right here. So now I know where the line is going to go. It's going to go to the left of my first line. So if that's the value for x, then I'm going to write down -3 over here. And you don't go up or down, so it's 0 for y. Is that right? So now I have a point that I can use. And I also have the slope, which is +2. Is that right? So if I want to write an equation for this, I can start with my slope intercept form. And I can replace some values, right? For example, I can replace m with the 2, because remember that's the number that we got over here. So let's replace that. I can also replace the y, because look, this is your x, and this is your y value. And the y value is going to be a 0. the m is 2, and the x is a -3. And of course, we're looking for b. Is that right? So I have 0 equals -6 plus b, because 2 times -3 is -6, right? Since I want to leave b by itself, I will add 6 on both sides. And this is how we get 6 equals to b. So that means that the y-intercept, it's 6, right? So I can go and just find 6 over here. So let me show you, it's right up here. Is that right? And that will be my y-intercept, okay? Now, the slope, we agree that is the same as my previous one. Therefore, I am going to go 2 up and 1 to the right. And I want to show you that if you do that, I'm going to come back to the lowest point that is here. I'm going to go 2 up, 1 to the right. 2 up, 1 to the right. 2 up. Notice how we land on that point. Is that right? So I can do the opposite. I can go 2 down and 1 to the left. 2 down, 1 to the left. And notice how I can see the pattern here. So this is the way my line is going to look like. If you want to, we can do 2 up, 1 to the right, 2 up, 1 to the right, just so that you can extend it more. And those will be my parallel lines, right? Now we're not finished because they're asking me which equation is showing me this one, right? So now I'm going to write down y equals mx plus b. I am going to replace my m, right? And I am going to replace the b. Very good. This is the b that I found, right? Which is the y-intercept. And let's put it right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and replace. And only the m and the b, guys, nothing else. So m, we agree that it was still 2x because it's parallel. And the b is a positive 6, so I write a plus 6. And that will be my answer that I'm looking for. This is a new equation. Notice how this one and this one over here, they both have 2 as the slope, right? Look at the answer choices. And hopefully you agree that it looks exactly like letter B. Very good.